Advantage number 305 of being short.
It is full of Boy Scouts and a possible meth lab. Okay guys, I'm out here today at the Wild Azalea Trail and I've got some friends with me today, Pam and Janelle. And we're gonna be doing about 7 miles today to Evangeline camp, and then we're gonna do 5 miles tomorrow to where we parked my car. I don't even remember the name of it.
It's Hamp Smith Road.
And then I'm gonna finish up the trail on Sunday and hopefully come back up here and hit this little loop trail at Valentine Lake. So
Missed a pretty flower.
Man, I ain't worried about no flowers.
Sure, it's all part of it.
I'm out here to hike.
So I'm really liking this new backpack, this Superior Wilderness design. It's the 35 liter full suspension, and I've got 3 days worth of food, and I'm carrying about 1 liter of water, and it rides great. I'm also packed pretty light for this trip because it's not going to be too cold. I think it's going to get down into the 50s tonight. So got my new quilt I'm going to be trying out. Really excited about that. You're up and down to Long Branch, and once again there's a nice bridge over it. So far all the big creek crossings so we've had to make, there's been a bridge over it. It looks like there's a decent sized campsite right here. Yeah, there's definitely room for 4 or 5 tents right here, and somebody's even made a little bench. That's fancy. We are about 4 miles in, and I'm really surprised. The only campsite that I've seen was back at Long Branch, and that was pretty close to the trailhead. All right, so a little past 4 miles. Looks like off this little Jeep road, you can make a campsite back there. And look, campsite, about 4.5 miles in. So in between 6.5 and 7 miles, come to the Kincaid's Fur Trail. You take this trail. I think this is a 2-mile spur trail to the Kincaid Loop, and I think that's another 9 miles for the loop. 2 miles back, so combining that with this trail would be another 40+ mile trail. 7 is right here. Oh. We started around noon, it's about 4:40, so we've been messing around a lot, climbing trees and looking at all the pretty flowers.
learning about nature.
So we're still in this burn area. We've been in this burn area for a few miles now, huh?
Yep.
A little disappointing. We're late for the azaleas to bloom. They bloomed early this year. Thinking they bloomed somewhere around mid-March. And this is mid-April when I'm doing this trip, so.
And yet another spur trail. This one goes up to Kincaid Reservoir again, but then it splits. You can take a spur trail to the loop that we just passed up, or you can stay to the right and it takes you up to a boat launch, but that trail also goes along the lake. Man, I mean, there could be like 40, 50 plus miles worth of trails to connect up here. So just past mile marker 7, we come to Lamont Creek. And this is the last real reliable water source before you get to Evangeline Camp. And there is a little campsite right there, but it's a beautiful water source. Nice and clear. It's running good. Man, I am very impressed with these bridges they are building out here. So right at Lamont Creek, dropping down from the bridge, pretty nice campsite. And then there's a little trail, and I think there are other campsites over here too. Right here by the water, yeah. There's another campsite right here. Next to some stagnant water. I don't think I would stay here at all. And maybe another one. Oh, there's actually some people here. Another campsite over there. So this whole area has got several nice campsites.
All right, so we made it to Evangeline Camp, and it was about 9 miles altogether from where we started at Valentine Lake. And it's okay. It's kind of small. Not a lot of spots to set up camp, but got my tent set up. Pam and Janelle are going to be sharing the tarp tent tonight, and it does have a privy, so that's nice.
So everybody made it through the night. Got pretty cold last night. According to my phone, it got down to like 48, which I was kind of surprised about. But this camp was packed. So we had a Boy Scout troop show up. There was some other people right there. They didn't come out of their tent all day. We got here at like 5:30. And it did get dark till like 8. But they were in their tent their whole time. It's kind of weird. But yeah, we're gonna make some breakfast. Break everything down. The homemade quilt worked out great. I did have to sleep with my base layer and my clothes to keep warm last night, but other than that, it's fine. I'm gonna break camp, get on the trail. I don't know if I'm gonna finish the trail today or not. Supposed to get some rain today, and supposed to storm later on tonight, so I may go ahead and finish up today. It'll be about 15 miles to finish. So if I can push it, this section of trail is supposed to be the hardest, but I think I'll be okay.
All right, so just to give you an idea of what we did yesterday and what I've got to do today, and possibly Sunday, just depends on what I decide to do today. So this is the whole trail, and we started here at Valentine Lake, and then we hiked 9 miles to Evangeline Camp, which is right here. And today we've got about 5 miles to go past the Castor Creek scenic area to a parking lot right here, and that's where my truck is. Their car is parked back here. What they're gonna do is they're gonna take my truck, go back, get their car, drive separately, and drop my truck off right down here, which is where the Woodworth parking area is. Leave it there for me. I'm either gonna continue on and camp here tonight, or just go ahead and finish up the trail. Just depends on how the weather's gonna be looking later on today. All right, everybody, this is my friend David. He's been watching my videos, and we actually ran into each other at the Backpacker in Baton Rouge and kind of communicated back and forth. But when he's not hiking, he's watching me hike on Louisiana hikes. So just want to give a little shout out.
That's right.
Appreciate the support.
Keep us abreast of what's out there, where the good trails are, and get all the details. It's very helpful.
The deets.
Oh, maybe not. Is that her? No. But I didn't know it can get tighter. That's better.
Heading out from Evangeline camp. Kind of see it behind me there. It's kind of overcast. It's probably in the low 50s. It's 8:15. So getting kind of a late start, but we had a lot of people. They're like, man, this is early.
Evangeline camp right back there. Coming out of the camp, take a left on this road. Come down a little bit, and you'll hit the trail on the right.
So once we pass that first trailhead at 273, trail starts getting a little more elevation change. It's beautiful.
And right before mile marker 12 is going to be Cypress Branch. This is about the first real water source you come to after Evangeline camp. So before you cross the bridge over Cypress Branch, turn to the right and just kind of follow the creek, and there's a good campsite right there. Looks like plenty of room for about 3, 4, yeah, probably 3 or 4 tents. So in between mile marker 12 and a half and 13 is the Castor Creek scenic area, which I think we were just getting into. Yeah, there's mile marker 13 right up there. We just ran into a big group from North Texas that's backpacking here, so it's kind of cool to see some people out of state coming to do some of our trails.
So we're right before mile marker 13 and a half, and leaving the Castor Creek scenic area. It's okay. It's kind of more boggy, kind of swampy right there. There's some really cool plants. Apparently there's a lot of interesting biodiversity in the plant life there. So Pam and Janelle have been with me on this trip, and we did 13 and a half miles of the trail. It's pretty good. They kicked ass. So I'm really, really happy you guys came on this trip.
We had a great time. You were a great guide.
It was a great guide. Yes.
I really was. Yeah. So till next time.
Pam's first backpacking trip ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She did great. I actually slept last night, which is really important. I know my first couple, I hardly slept at all. So that's important.
Feel great.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful trip. We had a blast.
So come out here and check it out. So passing up mile marker 14 and a half, coming up on Brushy Creek, and then shortly after that, cross Long Branch. Again, nice bridges. I just love how they take care of this trail.
I think this is Long Branch. Beautiful little spot right up here on this bank. And having some spicy Thai chili tuna and tortilla with some cheddar cheese sun chips. It's pretty good. I'm not really missing my stove. You know, this morning would have been nice with some hot coffee, but think I can do this. I need to get more creative with my dinners. Beef jerky and Triscuits was not very appetizing. Just before crossing Long Branch, it's a campsite right here. Right next to a drainage. Wouldn't be good in this warmer months, but in the wintertime, it'd certainly be good. All right, a little past mile 16, coming up on 277. It's a nice road. So, I'm almost at that campsite and it's 2 o'clock. I really want to spend another night out here, so I'm gonna check it out. If it's a really nice spot, I'm gonna stay there. If not, if it looks kind of sketchy, I may push on, see if there's another campsite along the way, because I really don't like stopping this early, especially when it's kind of warm. So dropping down off this hill, coming from, once you cross Little Loving Creek, mile marker 17, come down the hill again, you'll cross this little tributary, it's unnamed, and the trail takes a quick left, and then you're gonna take a quick right. But right here, there is a little campsite. You see the fire ring right over there. This is only 7 miles from the end. I kind of want to go a little bit further. I don't want to have a whole lot to do tomorrow. It's only 2:30, so I can bang out at least a couple more miles easily. So, about to go uphill. So right around mile 18 or past 18, the trail stays close to the water and it's pretty nasty. It's muddy, it's mucky. I'm hitting it right around 4 o'clock, so tons of mosquitoes, saw a cottonmouth. Yeah, so it wasn't the best time of day to hit that, and it lasted for probably a good mile and a half. But I'm climbing back up, so I'm hoping I'll stay high and find a campsite. If not, if I don't find a campsite the next couple of miles, I may just end up finishing, I don't know. I'd like to stay out here one more night. Yeah, the campsite that I was shooting for, I mean, it was right in between 2 stagnant bodies of water. So I'm either nearing mile 20 or I've already passed it, but there are no campsites anywhere. Last one I saw was near mile 17. There was a campsite off of Forest Road, but some idiots decided to dump some bags of garbage right next to the trail, like 20 feet from that campsite. It looked like something had been picking at it. And there's some flat spots in here, but this is all freshly burned and all this new growth is starting to come back up, so I don't want to damage that. So, got about 4 miles left, so I may just finish up, but my knee is really starting to hurt. I think it's the IT band again. It was kind of sore coming into this trip. I think I just worked out too hard last week.
You know what I really love too about this? Just about everybody you meet on the trail is just super friendly. I think it's just a condition of the environment. I think it's the type of people that are attracted to this type of activity, but also really the more important thing I think is just being out in nature just makes you feel good. Just makes you feel better. If you're out here, you're here because you want to be and you're having a good time. So yeah, everyone else you meet, you're like, oh, hey, you do this too? Cool. You sit there and you talk for a few minutes and then you're on your way. I passed a guy on his bike and we talked for a few minutes and he said, there's really no camping up here, back to the trailhead. Oh, so he had some insight. He said the sketchy blue tent has been there for over a week. And like I said, there was no car there. They did not have a car, so I don't know what's up with that. Once again, like I tell people, I'm not as afraid of the animals out here. Because if you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, I don't see animals. I see centipedes and I'll see a snake or two, but that's it. Maybe some deer. It's when I get around public areas. That's where I get concerned. There's just so much green. But I think this is where they had all the tornado damage that closed the section of the trail for so long. I think they just reopened it. So just check the map. I'm not very far from the truck, so this is probably going to be the last video. Yeah, great trail. Wish there were more campsites for the last. That's nice. You can tell you're getting close to a road when you see stuff like that. Yeah, just wish there were more campsites, any campsites, for the last 7 miles. Now, all of this is saying I'm not doing the road walk to Woodworth. I'm not road walking 2 miles. If you have seen the road that you have to walk, you probably wouldn't do it either. So I'm just right there at that trailhead at 287, I think it is. Anyway, so it ends up being about 24 miles, but my GPS says a little more. Beautiful, clear running streams, creeks. You know, sandy bottoms that, you know, we're used to here in Louisiana. Saw some wildlife, pretty sure that was a cottonmouth that I saw over there by that cypress tree waterfall thing, whatever that was. I'm hopefully gonna have I'm so far behind on my trail guides. It's not even funny. Just my day job has really been busy lately, and kids and trying to have a social life and do this. So, but I love it. It's all good. Really cool hanging out with Pam and Janelle. You know, hope that they continue in their backpacking journey and that we'll be able to do another trip soon. Yeah, met some great people at the Evangeline camp last night. Shout out to David, who's watched my videos. There was another guy there and I can't remember his name. Man, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry. You're a really cool guy. I actually recognized my tent. That was cool. Never been recognized for my tent before. And of course, Pam and Janelle found me through my website. So man, it's really cool that I keep running into these people that are, and I'm right here in my truck, running into these people who have seen my website, seen my videos, you know, getting some value out of it. You know, it's exciting. And there's the last mile marker. And there's my truck right back there. So thank you guys for coming along. I'm gonna head back to Baton Rouge tonight. I'm not gonna camp out. If it's gonna rain, like they say it's gonna rain, Valentine Lake is gonna be pretty wet tomorrow. And yeah, I'm ready to eat a hot meal. But yeah, thanks once again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.